y'all. Hey, and welcome to another video. If you are new here, my name is Chrissy, and I'm so happy to have you here. I pray that you stay around, so if you are planning to stick around, make sure that you hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell twice, so that way you're notified every time I post a video. And if you've been rocking me all these years, love you, girl. So as you guys can see from the title, we're going to talk about our 1 year Austin anniversary. Yes! So it's been a year since we moved to Austin, Texas. So I want to talk about our experience, why we moved, pros and cons about living here, and things I plan on accomplishing while living here in Austin. Go ahead and grab your snacks. Go ahead and grab your sparkling waters. Join this chit chat. Get ready with me while I do my hair and my makeup and talk about Austin. All right, so without any further ado, let's get it. All right, so let's just hop right into this chit chat. Get ready with me. As you guys can see, I still have my silk rollers in from the night before. I love these things. They will be linked down below in the description box for you guys. I love these silk rollers and the colors too. Oh, they're just so pretty. Yeah. So let's hop into the chit chat while I do my makeup. I'm trying to multitask so I don't keep you guys here long, okay? So why did we move to Austin, Texas? Long story short, it was time for a change of scenery. Long overdue for a change of scenery. If you guys have been following us for a while, you guys know that we lived in Laredo, Texas for a little bit, but it was just time for a change of scenery, which I'll explain more at a later date. But also God told me to move to Austin. I know. So I don't know if you guys have seen videos like this, but I've seen videos on here of women or men sharing their testimony about how God told them to move to Dallas, or God told them to move to Houston, or God told them to move to New York, Miami. Listening to their testimonies, I'm like, wow, that is amazing. I was like, dang, obedience is everything, okay? When I asked God where to move to next, or where we moving to next, He started showing me signs about Austin. And I shared in my vision board video on TikTok how when you ask God for something specific, He will start to give you signs and little details about the next thing. It's not going to show you the whole detail, the whole vision, because that's where faith has to come in. But I remember praying specifically about that, and He started to show me signs about Austin. Because I know people were like, why not Dallas? Why not Houston? Why Austin out of all places? But literally, He started showing me signs about Austin with HEB. And I'll see stuff about Austin. And I will see billboards with like 512, which is, Austin's area code. Like how cars have like the little license plate tags around it. I'll see Austin, Texas, or I'll see I will see like Texas Longhorns on people's cars and stuff like that. But the kicker for me, just for confirmation, I was like, all right, God, I'm still a little I was like, if this is where we're supposed to go, give me a legit confirmation sign so that way I know and have peace with this decision. I used to watch WWF growing up, like wrestling. I know, why am I watching wrestling as a girl? So I don't know why I was so into wrestling as a child, but I was. So I used to like The Undertaker, The Rock. Also loved Stone Cold Steve Austin, y'all. That was my homie, okay? I asked for that confirmation, y'all. Look at this. Crazy, right? Like, I have not watched wrestling in so long, and I just looked up and I was like, okay, we're doing this. So I'll explain more at the end, but once you ask God for something specific, or like you're just asking for a sign, He will start to show you things here and there. You just have to trust His timing. You have to trust the process. You have to just be obedient. Even if it doesn't make sense, or you're like, God, why? You just have to trust His plan. We don't have any plans of staying in Texas much longer. I think we're kind of over it. So I'm glad that at least we have a chance to live somewhere differently in Texas before potentially moving out of Texas. We eventually want to go back to the East Coast to be back near family and stuff. So we just want to enjoy another scenery or another part of Texas before leaving, which we don't know when, but we're trusting God on that timeline with that one. So let's talk about some pros and cons of Austin. For me, one of the pros about living in Austin is the scenery, y'all. It is literally beautiful here in Austin. The hill country views, Lady Bird Lake, Lake Travis. Like, Austin is a nature's paradise. There are just so many outdoor things to do here that if you stay inside, it's because you choose to, okay? So many outdoor things to do here in Austin. When it comes to hiking, paddleboarding, kayaking, going on a yacht out on Lake Travis. Really, I love the outdoors. I was never really an outdoorsy kind of girl. Y'all know my husband, he is an outdoors man. He loves fishing, camping, hiking, boating, like RVing. Y'all know we went camping last year in an RV. He loves being outdoors. Austin is literally perfect for us. And now I'm starting to enjoy going outside just because the scenery is just absolutely beautiful. And it just brings this sense of peace to me that I've never experienced before until living here in Austin. And so I just love the scenery. I love being in the downtown area, and it's just amazing. And speaking of outdoors, they are big on health and wellness here. One thing about these people here in Austin, they don't play around with their health and wellness. Like when I see old people running on these trails, hiking up these trails, riding their bikes around Lady Bird Lake, like I am just like, Chrissy, you have no excuse. You have 80-year-olds that are dominating you when it comes to their health and wellness. Like you have no excuse at all. So since moving here, it has truly inspired me to want to take better care of myself. And honestly, I'm eating healthier. I'm eating a lot better because I'm just so inspired by what I see here. And if it wasn't for me moving here and learning about, healthier options, healthier food, seeing, being able to hike on trails, go bike riding around downtown, like I love that for me, and it is so inspiring when I see other people doing that. My goal this year, I'm actually planning to run 5K. Y'all know last year, Maddie and the big guy and my father-in-law, they did the big statement. They did the big statement 10K, which is a huge 10K that goes on in Austin every year. So they did that last year, and I was so inspired by Maddie because she completed it, she did it. So this year, me and Tristan are planning to do a 5K. I don't know if I can do a 10K just yet. Let me take one step at a time, but I'm inspired to do that. And I also want to run a marathon in Austin as well. There's so many outdoor things to do, and I just absolutely love it. And I'm inspired to just be outside more, take care of my wellness. Speaking of healthier living, like I said, I am doing a lot better when it comes to eating healthier, because I don't know if you guys know, but Whole Foods was founded in Austin. Like I had no idea that Whole Foods was founded in Austin. And so we have so many Whole Foods here. We have Trader Joe's, we have Aldi. So we're just exposed to so many healthier options. And I know somebody commented about me shopping at Whole Foods not too long ago. And I'm like, well, first of all, I know everything's going up, but we spend as much money at Whole Foods as we do at HEB because everything's just going up. But I like shopping at Whole Foods and Sprouts and Trader Joe's sometimes. I don't go to Trader Joe's that much, but I love Whole Foods and I love Sprouts, especially Sprouts, because they have healthier options. Like people don't understand, like our food here in America is trash. All these synthetic dyes, these artificial flavors, these processed things, they're all trash. And so I love shopping at places that provide a healthier variety for us, especially kids, because a lot of companies are just putting nothing but trash in our kids' foods. And that really ticks me off because, we grew up eating that stuff. Now that I know better, I'm trying to do better. I just love being able to provide healthier options for my kids because they love it. They're starting to love it. They're starting to learn about artificial dyes. Like when they see so they're like, oh, mommy, that has red 40 in it. See, I taught you well. So it's just nice to be exposed to healthier food options. And like I said, I'll do a video sharing more about our just share more about that lifestyle and, bring you guys along to go shopping. So that way you guys can get some healthier options too. So I love that Austin is a big city. Obviously, it's the capital of Texas. It's not huge like Houston and Dallas. Basically, when people move to Texas, they always move to Houston and Dallas. And, a few sprinkle here in Austin. But I love that Austin is not as huge compared to those two cities, but it still gives you what you need. Luxury mall, you have the 2 outlet malls, you have downtown, you have a huge college. Like, Austin definitely has what we need plus more, but of course not on the level as, you know, Houston, Dallas. And Austin is not as diverse as the other two, which I'll talk about in a second. I still love that it's a big city, but it's not as huge, and it has everything that you need. And if you want extra or you want more, then you can just go up 35 to Dallas, you know, 20 hours west or east to Houston and get that. And, or, you know, if you want to go to the beach, you can always go to Corpus. You know, if you want to go to the islands, you have South Padre Island. So I just love that it's smack dab in the middle. It's not as huge, and it still gives you what you need. I'm a girl of convenience. I love being near convenience. I love being near the things that I love and that I want. Okay, so let's talk about some cons. The biggest con of them all has to be the traffic. Like I said, Austin is not huge at all, but yet traffic sucks. Okay, it doesn't matter if you're coming from the north side going to the south, east going to the west, there's going to be traffic at all times, no matter the time of the day. I-35 goes straight through the city, and so that's where the vast majority of the traffic happens. That's where they're doing the most construction. And I'm like, yo, like, a lot of people are moving here. You know, there's a lot more transplants coming in, and they still aren't done with the construction. Like, they're gonna be doing this construction for a while, y'all. And the traffic is just not getting any better. And then you have the toll roads, which is another con that you can take. But sometimes there's traffic on the toll roads too. But also, like, the Texas tag. So they have different tags that you can use to go on the tolls. But the Texas tag one, the one that's blue with the red, that's a scam right there. Like, I'm actually going through a dispute with them because I've been charged. I go on it sometimes, but previously when I checked my account to pay it off, I had previous charges on my account that were not for me. Because I wasn't here in 2022. Why are there charges on my account when I wasn't here? So I'm like, yo, I gotta dispute this because y'all not getting me. But and then there's the other one, Central Transportation. It's the yellow one. So that one isn't as bad. Basically, traffic just sucks. Okay, so it doesn't matter if you're trying to go from the north side to downtown. Plan accordingly to be in your car for at least 30 minutes to an hour, because if one person messes up or a truck breaks down, you're in for it. And then in the morning, when I'm taking my kids to school, oh my God, you might as well plan for an hour commute going home because you're going to be stuck in traffic. Okay. Another con, or this can be a con for some people, Austin is definitely not as diverse as people think. But Austin is a melting pot, but it's not as diverse when it comes to Black people. So there are Black people here in Austin. Because remember, I moved from an area where I was like one of 20 Black people. So I was like the 1%. So to see more of us, it just makes me happy. So I'm like, hey cousin. You'll definitely see more Black people on the north side of town, like Pflugerville, Round Rock, Georgetown, part of Georgetown, Cedar Park, basically on the north side of Austin. You'll see the vast majority of Black people on the north side of town. You'll see more diversity downtown because that's where University of Texas is. You'll see a lot of young people, college students, older people. You'll see a melting pot definitely downtown, and a lot of tech people, a lot of professionals. And then you go on the south side, you'll definitely see a sprinkle of Black people on the south side. You know, you'll see Hispanic. You'll definitely see, you know, it's still a melting pot on the south end, but you'll definitely see more Hispanic, a sprinkle of Black people. So yeah, it's not as diverse as Houston and Dallas when it comes to Black people, but we out here. But it's nice to see us around, and I would love to definitely connect more with, you know, like-minded creators, and I love to connect more with people here now that I'm starting to try to get out more. So yeah, it is very expensive to live in Austin. You might have to start an OnlyFans page and show your toes just to make ends meet. The cost of living has definitely gone up from what I've seen. Y'all know I love going to look at houses and like just getting inspired. And the prices, y'all, I mean, even for rent, it's very expensive. Wow. So y'all just think everybody's like a tech bro or tech girl here to be making that kind of money. It's not as affordable. And yeah, you're going to have to be making some good money just to live comfortably here, because rent can cost, you know, for one bedrooms, I've seen like $2,000 or, you know, $2,100 for a one bedroom, y'all. One bedroom. And we're not talking about like downtown. We're talking about like outside of the downtown area. So it's really expensive, but that's just Austin for you. And also, speaking of the traffic, the road rage, y'all, I have never seen anything like it. Like, I already get bad anxiety driving beside 18-wheelers, driving beside these Waymo cars, especially on the highway. Y'all, they be driving on the highways here. Like, I don't know if y'all have those Waymo cars where y'all are at, but here in Austin, they were specifically driving around downtown. Now they're driving on the highway. I was like, let me get away from these things before they not see me. So that's starting to overwhelm me, because they are like literally driving on the highway now. Like, no driver on the highway. That's crazy. You know, the road rage, it is bad. But that's something that's starting to give me anxiety too, because it's mostly people that drive these pickup trucks. I've never seen pickup trucks speed and weave and cut through traffic the way they do here. I'm like, yo, like, there is construction on the road. Why are y'all speeding like this on 35? Like, it is crazy. Seeing people like chase each other for miles because somebody cut them off. And I'm like, yo, it is not that serious. Like, why are you chasing each other down? The news one day, they said somebody pulled out a gun on somebody because they cut them off. I'm like, y'all, it's not that serious. Like, why are y'all so aggressive on these highways? Like, it is wild. You just gotta be careful when it comes to driving on these highways, because the road rage is real. So a few things I would love to accomplish while living here in Austin is to find community. There are a few creators that live here that I would love to, you know, connect with. So I've actually reached out to a few, but you know, everybody's busy and stuff like that. So whenever the time is right, hopefully I'll get to meet them in person, or, you know, see them at events here, because there are a few events that go on here in Austin that I would love to get invited to, you know, from brands and stuff like that. So Lord's willing, I'll get invited to more brand partnership events here, or just creator events that happen here in Austin. And, you know, outside of the events, I would just love to meet and connect with creators, you know, just to build an authentic relationship, because outside content creation, I just want to make friends. I want to have, you know, somebody to hang out with, go hiking here and there. So that's something that I would love to do. Also, I would love to continue my outdoor collective that I started. So I don't know if you guys know, I've started my own outdoor collective, which is called She Explores Outdoors. I started this because I posted on Threads one day as a joke, just initiating like a hiking group, or, you know, just like a hiking meetup and everything. And so many women reached out and said that they would like to join. So I hosted my first one back in November, and it went so well. So now, you know, the weather's starting to get better, and, you know, things are a little slower because of the holidays. You know, the holidays was just so busy and it was colder and everything. So now that things are starting to, you know, now that the weather's starting to get better, and, you know, things are starting to calm down a little bit. So leave your email in the comments so that way I can reach out when we have our next meetup, and I would love to meet you and have you hang out with me. But yeah, because like I said, I love being outdoors. I just love the scenery, and love to have some homegirls to explore the great outdoors here with. So if you would love to do that with me, leave your email in the comments and I got you, girl. You know, when I was in Laredo, I was just very isolated. I didn't have community. I didn't have family there. So I would just love to finally have that, somewhat of that here in Austin. Lord's willing, He will bring the right people my way. I have a graduate chapter here for Alpha Kappa Alpha. You guys know I'm an AKA, so I would love to be in touch with sorors here. I would love to like go to events here pertaining to AKA. So I'm going to look into that and see how I can be a part of that. I would love to accomplish and continue my childbirth business here, because that was one of the reasons why I wanted to move out of Laredo, because I was not getting any clientele down there. It was more so for insurance reasons, because with, obviously hospitals still don't take doula services seriously. Although the stats don't lie, a lot of hospitals still don't take doula seriously, and it's okay though, because the numbers still don't lie. But for insurance reasons, a lot of people that reached out to me, inquiring my services, could not afford it because they only had like Medicaid and with insurances and everything, they just couldn't afford it out of pocket. And like I said, when it comes to doula services and insurances, we're still fighting a battle. It seems to be so far-fetched, but things are changing. Things are going to change, hopefully. But anyway, so I want to continue my childbirth services here, but I want to focus on the education piece of it. So I want to do childbirth classes. I would love to host childbirth classes. I would love to do virtual childbirth classes like I did before. Looking into hospitals here as a childbirth educator. They're still a little slow for me pertaining to that, but we're just praying to God that He would just lead me in the right direction so I can fulfill that calling. So cheers to 1 year of living in Austin. And honestly, if I can leave you with one thing, is when God is trying to elevate you and He's trying to grow you and mature you into a new dimension, sometimes that requires you to leave your comfort zone. I was born in North Carolina, but I have not been living in North Carolina since I moved away. And since then, I have grown so much, I have learned so much, and I've been exposed to so much that it continues to allow me to grow. Okay, and so since being here in Austin, like I said, I am the healthiest I've been. My mental health has improved so much. Like I told y'all, I think I told you guys before, I've been sober a whole year. I've been off antidepressants for a year as well. I'm exercising more. I just started Pilates. Like I said, I've been going outside more to, enjoy the great outdoors. And although it's not perfect, this season of my life would not have happened, or I would not have grown and matured and learned so much that I know now if I had not been in Austin. So I just thank God for just allowing me to adapt, but also to just move when He's calling you to move. This is part of being obedient to where He's trying to call you to. God is trying to elevate you to new heights and to new levels. Although it may not make sense, like, God, why couldn't I do this in Dallas? Why couldn't I do this in Miami? My camera had cut off, so I went ahead and just finished my face. Now I'm just going to spray it with this Milk Pore Eclipse Primer Spray. God is calling you to a new level. Sometimes it requires you to move out of your comfort zone. So that might mean you might have to move out of your hometown. It might mean that you might have to move out of that space that you're in, that place that you're in, that small town that you're in. Go on the journey that He's trying to take you on, but also to show that you trust Him. He's trying to show you a new life. He's trying to give you a new life. He's trying to expose you to new things outside of your comfort zone. And you just have to be obedient. You have to trust Him. Even if it doesn't make sense, it doesn't make sense to your parents, your cousins, your colleagues, doesn't matter. Because in the end of the day, God has your steps ordered, and His plan is always going to prevail over your own or any plan that your parents could plan for you, or whatever the case may be. You have to trust Him. And I've been trusting Him more than ever on this journey. And I am so grateful for His covering, His protection. But even in those moments where I question everything, or I'm just like, I'm not doing this, or, I was not obedient last year, I'm just grateful for His grace. And I'm just grateful that He has shown me so much on this journey. He has exposed me to so much on this journey. Like, feeling the way I do, looking the way that I do now, the mental health that I have right now, it's still improving. It's still, I still have my moments, but it's improved so much that I love this for me. Like, I love this for me, and I'm just so grateful to God that He is just, I'm just so grateful to God. I'm just grateful to God for all that He's doing in my life, the transformation that He's doing inside of me, which will show on the outside, the growth, the maturity. honestly, I would not have experienced that if I were not here in Austin and going on this journey. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. My camera is about to cut off, so if you have any questions, comments, or concerns about living in Austin, leave them in the comments. If you are here or from Austin, let me know how you're loving it or how you liked it before you moved. Please make sure that you like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye. Peace.